Welcome back. Today, we're embarking on a journey through the enchanting streets of Granada. This isn't just a tour, it's an invitation to step into a world where history and modernity dance together in perfect harmony. Our adventure begins along the picturesque Carrera del Darro, one of the most romantic and ancient streets in the city. As we explore, we'll wander through the vibrant neighborhoods, each corner telling its own story. We'll marvel at the majestic Alhambra from the outside, its towers standing proudly against the sky. From the breathtaking views at Mirador de San Nicolas to the awe-inspiring beauty of the Royal Chapel, we'll uncover the essence of Granada. Together, we'll delve into the soul of this incredible city, feeling its pulse and savoring its unique charm. Whether you're a history buff, an architecture lover, or simply someone who revels in discovering new places, Granada promises to captivate your heart. So, lace up your walking shoes, open your senses, and let's dive into the wonders of Granada. As we are now strolling in the charming Carrera del Darro, a gem nestled along the left bank of the River Darro in Granada. This narrow, historic street invites you to wander through a scene straight out of a fairy tale, with stunning views of the majestic Alhambra perched above. As you stroll along, you'll find yourself amidst a delightful mix of the old and the new, lined with quaint restaurants, cozy shops, and beautifully preserved buildings from the 16th and 17th centuries. Carrera del Darro offers a snapshot of Granada's rich heritage. The picturesque brick and stone bridges, Cabrera and Espinosa, link this enchanting street to the Chura neighborhood, adding to its historic charm. The air here is filled with the pleasing cool breezes that are a welcome respite after a day exploring the city. Despite its beauty, Carrera del Darro is bustling with life and activity. Keep an eye out for the occasional cars, taxis, and buses that navigate the narrow path. For those looking to dive into the local culture, there are plenty of stops to enjoy. Sip on a drink at one of the many bars, savor the local cuisine at charming restaurants, or indulge in some delicious tapas and ice cream. And if you're lucky enough to be here during Holy Thursday, you'll witness the street come alive as the passage for processions, an awe-inspiring experience that adds a touch of magic to your visit. To reach the Alhambra, a delightful route begins at Plaza Nueva, leading you up Cuesta de Jimenez and through the beautiful Puerta de las Granadas, or Pomegranate's Gate. This gate, constructed in 1536 by Emperor Charles V, replaced an old Nasrid gate and serves as the entrance to a magical journey. The walk is less than 30 minutes and is truly enjoyable. As you pass through the Puerta de las Granadas and enter the Alhambra's forest, you'll feel as though you're stepping back in time. The forest, which stretches across Abica Hill, was planted in the 17th century and is home to a diverse range of species. It's fascinating to see such lush greenery in an area originally built for defense rather than recreation. Just beyond the gate, you'll find three paths, with the lateral ones reserved for pedestrians. Following the central road, Cuesta de Jimenez will bring you to a small square featuring the charming Fuente del Tomate fountain. Nearby, you'll see a monument dedicated to the writer Angel Ganavat, and just before this, the Gate of Bibarambla on your left. In 1237, Muhammad I, also known as Ibn al-Amr, moved his court from the Albaycin to the hill of Sabica, marking the beginning of the Alhambra's construction. This grand project included key structures like the Torre de la Vela, the Torre del Homenage, and the Acequia Real. Muhammad II, his successor, strengthened the Nasrid dynasty and oversaw the creation of the stunning Generali Palace, adding to the Alhambra's splendor. A pivotal moment in history came on January 2, 1492, when Boabdil, the last Nasrid ruler, surrendered the Alhambra and his kingdom to the Catholic monarchs. This act marked the end of 8 centuries of Arab presence in the Iberian Peninsula. From that day forward, the Alhambra began its transformation to accommodate the Christian kings. They established their court within its walls and chose Granada as their eternal resting place, forever intertwining their legacy with this magnificent fortress. Decorative enhancements were executed throughout Nasrid palaces, with the royal emblem prominently featured. Oratories were transformed into chapels, and mosques into churches. The walls and towers were meticulously restored, and new entrances to the Alhambra were inaugurated. Part of the Nasrid palaces was dismantled to make way for the construction of the emperor's chambers in the palace of Charles V from 1533. Although the emperor held the Alhambra in high regard, he never relocated his court here. However, he did contemplate establishing the royal mausoleum for his family in Granada. The Alhambra Palace's round circular building, known as the Palace of Charles V, stands out as a striking Renaissance addition amidst the Alhambra's Islamic architecture. Commissioned by Emperor Charles V in 1526, this palace reflects the emperor's desire to establish his legacy and assert Christian dominance following the Reconquista. Designed by Spanish architect Pedro Machuca, a disciple of Michelangelo, the palace is renowned for its unique circular courtyard encased within a square exterior, a design that exemplifies Renaissance ideals of symmetry and proportion. The building features two levels, the lower with Tuscan columns, and the upper with Ionic columns, encircling the impressive open-air courtyard. Historically, the Palace of Charles V was intended to serve as the emperor's royal residence. However, Charles V never actually stayed there, and the palace remained unfinished for many years. It wasn't until the 20th century that significant restoration efforts were undertaken to complete the structure. The construction of this palace was not without controversy. It required the demolition of a portion of the Alhambra's Islamic palaces, which many considered a cultural and architectural loss. This act of dismantling parts of the Nasrid palaces to make way for the Renaissance structure sparked debates about the preservation of cultural heritage and the imposition of new regimes on historical sites. Today, the Palace of Charles V houses the Alhambra Museum, which features an extensive collection of artifacts from the Alhambra's Islamic period, and the Fine Arts Museum of Granada. Despite its controversial beginnings, the palace stands as a testament to the layers of history and the cultural interplay that have shaped Granada and the Alhambra.
¿Estamos hablando para allá? Venga. Se ponen perrunas. Cambio de
Granada's history dates back thousands of years, with its roots firmly planted in ancient Iberian and Roman times. However, it was under the Moors, who arrived in the 8th century, that Granada truly flourished. The city's golden age came during the Nasrid dynasty, when it became the last bastion of Islamic rule in Spain, and the magnificent Alhambra was constructed. Granada's old town, or Albayacén, is a labyrinth of narrow, winding streets that seem to whisper tales of the past. This historic district, with its whitewashed houses and cobblestone lanes, offers stunning views of the Alhambra perched on the opposite hill. As we wander through the Albayacén, we'll come across charming plazas, ancient churches, and hidden gardens that transport you back in time. The Convento de San Jose de Carmelitas de Calzas is a serene and historic convent nestled in Granada. Founded in the 16th century by Saint Teresa of Avila, this convent is a tranquil retreat from the city's bustling streets. Its architecture features simple yet beautiful designs typical of the Carmelite order, with a charming cloister, peaceful gardens, and a modest chapel. The convent's serene ambience, coupled with its rich spiritual heritage, makes it a cherished landmark for those seeking a moment of reflection and a glimpse into Granada's religious history.
Sí, claro, llega un momento que sí. Cuando pasa el rodar, el electrolite, la vitamina D, la colina manda el
As we continue our walking tour, we arrive at Granada de Colón, one of Granada's most iconic thoroughfares. This bustling avenue, named after Christopher Columbus, is a vibrant artery that pulses with the energy of the city. Stretching from Plaza Nueva to the modern parts of Granada, Granada de Colón seamlessly blends historic charm with contemporary flair. Lined with grand buildings that showcase an eclectic mix of architectural styles. From Neo-Renaissance to Art Deco, this avenue offers a visual feast. As you stroll along, you'll encounter historic landmarks, such as the stunning Cathedral of Granada and the Royal Chapel, where the Catholic monarchs, Ferdinand and Isabella, are entombed. Granada Call-In is also a hub of activity, with bustling shops, charming cafes, and vibrant plazas. It's the perfect place to soak in the local atmosphere, watch the world go by, or enjoy a leisurely coffee. The avenue is a testament to Granada's dynamic spirit, where history and modernity coexist harmoniously. Granada Call-In offers a captivating slice of Granada's rich tapestry.
手机能不能借我用一下？Can I say no?
你 se ve muy chulo. Luego sí está muy chulo.
Our next stop is the magnificent Cathedral de Granada, a true masterpiece of Spanish Renaissance architecture. Construction of this grand cathedral began in 1523, under the reign of Queen Isabella I, and it was designed by the talented architect Diego de Silo. Built on the site of the city's former Great Mosque, the cathedral symbolizes the triumph of Christianity following the Reconquista. The cathedral's exterior, with its imposing facades and intricate details, sets the stage for the awe-inspiring interior. As we step inside, you'll be struck by the soaring columns and the expansive nave, bathed in natural light from the high windows. The cathedral's layout follows a Gothic style, but the interior reflects a shift towards the Renaissance, with an emphasis on harmony and proportion. One of the most remarkable features of the Cathedral de Granada is its Capilla Mayor, or main chapel. This area is adorned with stunning sculptures and artworks, including a remarkable altarpiece designed by Alonso Cano, a prominent Spanish artist and architect. The Royal Chapel, adjacent to the cathedral, is the final resting place of the Catholic monarchs, Ferdinand and Isabella, adding another layer of historical significance to this sacred space. Over the centuries, the Cathedral de Granada has been a focal point of both devotion and controversy. The decision to build such a grand structure on the site of the Great Mosque was a powerful statement of the new Christian order, but it also led to the erasure of significant Moorish heritage. Today, the cathedral stands as a testament to Granada's complex history, embodying both the glory and the turmoil of its past. The cathedral is not just a historical monument. It continues to be a vibrant center of worship and cultural events. Regular services are held here, alongside concerts and art exhibitions, keeping the cathedral alive and connected to the community. Our next stop is El Basin, and we'll get there from the Arab quarter of Granada to the El Basin. We're stepping into the very heart of the city's soul. The El Basin quarter, perched gracefully on a hilltop opposite the Alhambra, offers a mesmerizing panorama of the iconic red fortress from every angle. As we navigate its labyrinthine streets, we'll be transported back in time to its Muslim origins, where Arab architecture blends seamlessly with Renaissance towers. Impeccably whitewashed buildings, adorned with vibrant blooms of orange blossom and jasmine, line the narrow pathways known as calajones. These traditional carmines exude an air of timeless beauty, inviting us to linger and absorb the essence of Granada. The legendary viewpoint of San Nicolas. This hotspot isn't just any old viewpoint. It's the place to be in Granada. Locals and tourists alike flock here for the best view in town. And trust me, it doesn't disappoint. From the heart of the El Basin, you'll soak in panoramic vistas of the Alhambra and the General Life Gardens, framed by the snow-capped peaks of the Sierra Nevada. Now, here's a pro tip: plan your visit for the late afternoon. Why? Well, legend has it that this is when you'll witness the most beautiful sunset in the world, as even former President Bill Clinton once declared. So, grab your camera, bring your friends, and get ready for a sunset experience you won't soon forget. As we conclude our journey through Granada, I hope you've enjoyed exploring this captivating city with me. From the ancient streets of the El Basin to the majestic Alhambra, Granada's rich history, vibrant culture, and stunning beauty have left an indelible mark on our hearts. Until we meet again, may the spirit of Granada continue to inspire and enchant you. Hasta luego.